Welcome back everyone to Welstopia, and I am back here in the Nether Tunnel, and it appears that they have lowered the floor of the Nether, but I believe this is just the shell before they build the actual Nether Tunnel. So I'm not going to do anything to adjust for it yet, and wait until they are finished before doing that. But this does give us a rather tricky hop onto here, and most likely they are going to take this down when they get to the real thing. I'm not going to do any adjustments on my tunnel, which I built between episodes, because I'm sure there are going to be some adjustments there before then. I don't want to make adjustments and then have to do more stuff over again. But as you can see, I've already made a couple adjustments down because I built my tunnel a little bit high up because that's where the ground was, where I originally had my portal. And I turned my portal around 90 degrees and made it a 3x3 area. Now this here's my other end of the room. This is a bit plain right now. And I'll probably put a door here so I can get in and out of the Nether directly, but not at the moment. Right now, a nice safe place to enter and exit the Nether. So I'm probably not going to be doing much going anywhere until the interface gets taken care of. Back over here at base, the biggest adjustment I made was how to mark the paths to the various locations I have. Originally, I was using cobble with torches on top of it, and that looked pretty ugly. So I've decided that I'll use this line of rose bushes to mark the way to the Nether tunnel, and I'm going to get a bow to take care of that creeper. Since it looks like I'm not going to get a skeleton farm, I'm probably going to have to get myself an infinity bow and use that as my primary bow, or find an infinity book and slap it onto this bow. Because I keep on running out of arrows, so I've gotten out of the habit of carrying a bow with me. But I certainly am going to be needing one if I'm going to keep on running into creepers. Now unfortunately, it looks like most of the people that are online are AFK, so therefore, if I get stuck out here at night, I'm going to have to get back home and take care of it that way. But anyway, there's the Nether portal here. And I'm most likely going to put the enchanting book inside the shrine. But I could always change my mind. The other possibility is to have a village hall and have it inside the village hall, but I believe I mentioned in an earlier episode that I'm ambivalent about building a village hall because it's a pretty small village, and what do you need in a village hall? Records. A hall of records. And a hall of records is maybe a good place to put an enchantery, perhaps. Except we could say, why would they want an enchanting table in there? Well, it's probably just a library for all those books. And the enchanting table is just something that happens to be there. Yeah, I know, that sounds a bit of a stretch. Now you see I still have the cobble here, but what I want to do today is to create a spider farm, because I do not have an XP farm. All I have right now is a lot of wood, a lot of cobble, and while I'm not particularly greatly demanding loads of string, it might not be too bad to have some wool, which I could make from the string if necessary. This way, yeah, actually I think this is it. But right now here we have a cave spider spawner. Now there's a second cave spider spawner right here, and it is a double spawner. As you can see, they're both on at the same time. and I was considering the possibility of making this a double mob spawner, but I was looking over designs for an XP cave spider spawner. Now, last season I did create a double drops spider spawner where I didn't care about the XP, so I just put a point in that was proper distance from the two and just had all these drops come down and all that. That was all nice and good, but I need an XP farm this time, and when I look over all the designs, there aren't any that I am totally satisfactory with. There's something in there not quite right, because cave spiders, they fit into very small places, which some spawner and mob farms take advantage of. And they're also poisonous. And it's that poisonous bit that makes them tough to go with, because all the designs I found had a little something wrong with them. A lot of them have the trouble that it's very easy to get poisoned. In fact, I'm not too sure I found one that was perfect on the matter. I've found little things that you can take care of them, but whenever you find a solution for one thing, it was making it difficult to collect the drops. So I've come up with a compromise solution that's not too complicated. Unfortunately, that's the other thing, is whenever you try to find solutions for all these things, you find little complications and wrinkles that you have to add to it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, let me put torches into each of the 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would be the final spot that you have to have. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because I want to have my 4x4 area in there. But the best solution I could come up with, based on Vitigarvia's design, though when using his literal one I was having a little bit of a poisoning issue. But I have been able to adapt it, and I think I've come up with one where I'm not going to be hit by the spiders. The output is a bit clunky, and that's its main disadvantage. But I was able to get the drops, which is good. I was able to get the XP, which is good. During my last test, this of course was on a creative test world, I was able to get the drops, I was able not to get poisoned, I was able to get the XP. So all these little solutions to get around a little bit of problems. But of course it means the thing is clunky in return. Nothing perfect yet. And all this together means that I'm not really going to try to work out a way to do this as a double system. One of the things I'm probably going to do at some point is turn that into an AFK spider farm, perhaps, so that I have something that gives me more string if possible. Now, it could be that I'm going to have so much string after using the XP farm that I'm never going to get around to doing the AFK version. Okay, that's fine and good. But I do want to go and reserve the right to do that, so I'm not going to break that spawner yet. Now, I think that's the area I need. Do this. And in final tradition, to keep things from spawning on top of the spawner itself, I shall do that. So that's all I need above it. Of course, now I've got to build below it, and that's where I'm going to have to really do a lot of digging. A hole in the ground is not exactly an impressive sight. Now, one of the biggest challenges I'm going to have is to do with lighting. because I don't have any glowstone, therefore I can't make any redstone lamps. Now, I presume I could do a search in the nether to see if I could find any, but I'm not in the mood to do that right at this moment. Therefore, I'm going to have a little bit of a ad hoc action that I'll be taking here, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to be placing granite in each of these locations right here. Now you say, why granite? That is because it contrasts with all this gray that I've got here. I want the walls to be mainly gray, but at these points I'm going to have granite with torches on them. Therefore, when it's time to darken the place up, I am going to drop in some granite. And this place will be then dark because I'll remove all the other torches. Now, I am concerned about the middle there to make sure that that's not going to be too dark, because if you have any place that is not lit up, we will find out from our friends the cave spiders. For the moment, what I'm going to... Actually, no, I don't want to put a line of torches there. I'll put a line of torches right here, I think, is where I want to put this for now. Now, I want to check the lighting levels of everything here. I don't want anything to fall under 8 at this time. But I'll just break out the granite, replace it, of course. Some of it's probably going to drop into the water and hopefully land in the spawner somewhere. And once we do that, that'll activate the spawner. Now, things are likely to go wrong at one time or another. And if they do, then my plan then is to come along and remove the granite, or I should say take out the granite, maybe put something in there. Maybe by that time I have some redstone lamps, hopefully. And if I don't have at that time, for example, if it's just later in this episode where something goes wrong, which is probably likely, then I may just throw in some magna blocks, and that'll give me some light for temporarily. And hopefully that'll slow things down a little bit. Alright, everything here is sealed here. And now the only lights we've got here are from here. Now let's see, this point right here is what I'm most concerned with. Oh, because there is still a torch there. Alright, and 8. 9, 8, 8, 8. Okay. Looks like I don't have any place that's lower than an 8. Good. So this will do for now. I'm going to need a convenient location for killing the cave spiders, and I'll probably do that right over here, since this is the way to my base. So this is the corner that I'll be reaching first. Now, if I were going to do a double spawner, I would probably have to do the killing around here instead. I think that would be a bit of a complication that I really don't want to fiddle with. For me right now, just a challenge of trying to do a cave spider spawner where I'm not going to get myself constantly poisoned, I think is enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what I need to do is to get these cut out so that I have a nice location for the water. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I believe this is what I need to do. And the idea here is we'll have water flowing from here, and it'll flow down to here, and then we'll have a hole in there for where the spiders are all going to fall. And once the spiders fall down, then I will be able to they'll pop up in a hole that I have down that side, and I'll be able to kill them there. Now down there, I'll need some sort of safety device. Now this is a relatively simple farm. As I said, the biggest complications in the whole thing are my precautions that I'm adding that are there simply to keep myself from getting poisoned, because I tried literally what Vitigarvia had in a test world, and yeah, I was constantly being hit by the spiders. So I had to make a few tweaks to it that I think might hurt the efficiency of the farm a little bit, but I'm hoping will keep me safer. I double checked the dimensions, and it is 6 here, and then we have this like here going out to the end, and then one more out like this, and these little sawtooths after that, and I'll be able to place water right here. It'll flow down here. So I'll take the torches with it. For now I have the torches here because it'll be low at the moment, but right now the spawner shouldn't be dropping anything to those regions once the water is flowing, because regular mobs will be spawning down here instead of the cave spiders, I believe, if it's too low. And regular mobs won't be able to spawn if there is water down there. Now spawner monsters will, but it's out of range of the spawner. At least that's if I did my sums right. The killing spot will be right here. And this will be where we'll have our key items located. We'll put this here for now. And what I want here is to replace that with soul sand. You'll see later on why that's necessary. I'll be putting a fence right there and a fence right there. The idea is for the water to come down, cascading into here. There will be a water source block right here that will bubble up and make it easy for us to kill the spiders. And that means that we should have the killing location right around here if I did that right. Well, I suppose I might as well grab this iron if it's right in front of me. Well, thought I computed that properly. Ah, there it is. Obviously, I'll need to make a stairway going down to it also, so I could easily get in and out of the area. Alright, so here is the mob spawner. Let me give myself a little bit of room here. So this will be the wall. This will be where the spiders drop down. This is going to be the source block where they are going to start bobbing up and down. Good. Now I'll just make sure I have some nice access to it so that I don't have trouble going in and out of this area. And that means some adjustments to this also.